you crafty friends. This is Lisa, Paper Lace and Bling, and I am here today to, let's put this bad boy together, right? All right. Now, one of the first things that I was thinking about is I want to put a plate on there. And so I need to make sure that I get that on. And I wanted to put, oh, where did I put it now? Where did I have that? Poopy butt. Am I allowed to say that? Oh, wow. Let's see. Was it this one? I can't remember where. It's always tea time, but I thought I had a little thing that had Alice on it that was just a tiny, perfect fit for this. But I don't know where that is. I cannot remember. I cannot remember where I put that. So let me see, do I have it in here? So this is a great way to start things out, right? I don't know. I don't know where it is. But yeah, if I don't, okay, I think I'm just going to use It's Always Tea Time, right? I think I'm going to use that. So it's on the cover here. It's always tea time. So I am going to center this where I want it. And I'm going to take my pencil. And I'm going to try and go underneath as well as I can. And don't push too hard, because the opening is quite a bit larger than, I mean, the place that you can set your paper is a bit larger than what you actually have here. So I am going to go past that line. And see if I can make it fit in here the way I want it to. And I think I've done an okay job on that. Right here. All right. So I think I'm going to glue this in. And there's really not a top or a bottom to these suckers. But I'm going to take just a little bit of a fine line. I don't want it to pop out. Do I have glue or is it stuck? It's stuck. Come on. Hi, Vay. Doing good, aren't I? For the very beginning, can't find my Alice thing. I think I had decided that it was too big. You couldn't really see the A. You couldn't, you could get the ICE part, but okay. So just a little thin line of that. And then I'm just going to lay this in here. There we go. Isn't that pretty? So I just laid it in there on that. Okay, and then I'm going to need two, I don't know, I don't think I got them out. I think I just figured I'd get the brads whenever. So let's see. Is this the color? No. You need the more silver. That's white. That's silver. I need the aged silver. Some aged silver is what I'm looking for. Let's see. And a match. There we go. Alrighty. Voila! Okay, so now let's figure out where we want that so that we can then get the rest of this puppy done. Okay. So, I am going to put some black lace on, I need to find where that is. Yeah, so I need this over like this. Okay, why do I have that right there? I don't know. Because it's not, I don't know. Anywho, so I'm going to just put a little bit of a hole right there, and then I'm going to lift these up and really work that hole through. 1, 2. Okay. So, here we go. Oh, I've got one long one and one short one. I need to try and find the same one that's longer. Yes, I do. I thought I had this another long one, but I didn't. Let's see. There it is. Yep. There she goes. Alrighty. Oops. Put this there. Get this through. There we go. Gonna flip it this way. That's the nice thing with those longer longer tines or whatever you call them on the fasteners, so that you can do thicker products, go through thicker stuff. All right. Okay, so there is that done. Push down on those. See how quick that is? And isn't it beautiful? Okay, so now let's flip this way. The next thing is I want this material, but I am going to give it a little bit of a fold on both the top and the bottom. So there's not much room, but I do want to fold a little bit, and I don't need this much of it. So I'm going to rip it. Voila. And then I'll get whatever little threads need to come off of there. There we go. All right. I'm going to move this because I don't want to work on it, but I want to try and fold over these raw edges. I don't have much space, so I'm just going to kind of roll it, I think. We'll see. We'll see what we can do with it here. Okay. Okay. There we go. So, let's see. What if I kind of just used that, get it started, and just roll that over. just a roll. Just a little teeny bit. Try and keep it straight. Okay. Not too bad. Now we're going to try on this side. Just roll it over a smidge. Just a smidge. Now, before I finish, I want to make sure that I am going to have enough. Yes. Not even going to have to stretch it. Okay. See, I originally had this piece cut for the cover. Or this was left of the piece that I cut for the cover, for the front and back, and then I had this little piece left. So, I knew it was going to come in handy. I have been debating whether I wanted to actually do this on the spine or just use paper, and I thought, you know, there's really not a huge difference between having this on material, you know, having material on this spot, or this needs to actually get rolled over a smidge more. So let me, of course, let me just put a little bit more here. There we go. I got to take my fingernail polish off anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Because the Fabri-Tac always kills my fingernail polish. Okay, so that's good. That's going to cover everything. Now, I was using glue all, but for getting this done in a timely fashion, I am going to use Fabri-Tac, and I hope I have enough Fabri-Tac to be able to do this bit. I want to make sure I get it down into my cavity thing there. Okay. So now just going to give this a little bit of a, oh man, it's strong. Come on. Need to get a little bit more down both sides. I only had that one strip there. Okay, so let's see. And then I can come back and glue down more if I need to, but just want to kind of center it. Let me see where I'm at here. Okay, let's pull this up. Pull a little bit down. Okay, I'm not pushing super hard, but I am wanting to make sure that, like in here, really gets connected. And all of this needs to make sure it is really well connected. All right. So, you know, if you get a little bit of it coming through, you get a little bit of it coming through. It's just not a whole lot you can do about it. There we go. Because everything's getting attached to this. And, you know, if it's not adhered down, it's going to come up, and then your pages are all going to come up. But this feels like it's really connecting, and it's doing well. And these little bits here, I can just come back and glue these down. And I'm just gonna put the glue right on the material so I get the glue where I want it. Okay, so there is that. Now that's all going to have stuff put over on top of it, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so now this is going to have to dry, and I'm going to go ahead and put on my my inside back and front pages while this is drying, and then I can attach the rest of the book. Okay, so again, I hope I have enough Fabri-Tac. I don't think I have any more Fabri-Tac. I don't believe I do. So I think I'll do the outsides that are going against the material with my Fabri-Tac. There we go. And then I'm going to just glue, 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 glue. Glue, 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 glue. Now you can use your double-sided tape, and this back piece is not going to get a lot of pulling and prodding because it's just some pockets. So I'm not really worried about this one. The front piece is going to kind of get pulled and prodded a little bit more, so I will do a little bit more on that. Alright, so let's make sure that I've got this where I need it all the way around. And now I can't push down on this, so I'm going to have to use some good force with whatever you got that you can put down there. You got a ruler, you know, whatever you got that you can put down there, because you do need, I'm just kind of feeling it run along the bottom there. So I'm getting some good glue coverage. All right. So there is that one installed. And it's looking good. Looking good. That does take up quite a bit of room though. Yeah, it does take up quite a bit of room. Keep making sure that you've got these glued down well. And this is not. I can pull back a little bit. So I'm gonna glue it down. Okay. Okay. There we go. This is much better down here. There's still a little bit. Still a little bit. All right. So there we go. Okay, now this is my front cover. Okay, so again I'm going to do the same thing, but I think on this one I'm going to put myself a couple pieces. That is not the right way to do that. Gonna put 3 pieces down. Put that garbage. And 1 more. And this will give a little more just remember when you're pushing down that you don't want to crush all your gussets that you've made. Come on, glue. Here we go. Again, I'm going to put Fabri-Tac around the edges. Okay, now I'm going to take, whoopsie, I'm going to take these off. Whoopsie. Still going. I'm so paranoid that I'm going to lose this again. You know, I haven't done this part obviously, but it would be bad if I lost it. All right. So, let's go ahead and put this down. Right where I want it. Okay, I put it up. Lift up. Come on. I see I didn't push down hard, but it's okay. It's staying right where it's at. I would have liked it a little higher, but it's not going to go. So it's not letting go of where it's at. And at least it is centered this way, just not perfectly centered, but it's good. Okay. And then this is accordioned. So you can squish down this side because it naturally is accordion. It's not really a gusset. So you can do it to this side. Okay. All right, so that is on. Woo, it's coming together. Okay, so now I need to put this off to the side, and I need to put the pages onto my bits and pieces here, my tunnels. So the tunnel goes on this way with both pieces flat out. Okay, so they go right down there. So there's a 1/2 inch on each side. Okay, so this is my front page. And did I decide this is my next page? What did I decide? I think so. I think this was my next page. And then I had this one. No, I think these got all turned around on me. I don't remember. Daggum. That irritating. I don't remember which way it went. I think maybe this was my second one. This is my first one. And then this one kind of starts the story where, you know, she's meeting all the different peoples. And then she gets to her tea. So then that's the next page. And then flip. And then this is, again, the Cheshire Cat. Stuff. Yeah. And then this one, which is the kind of eat me and drink me one. And then the last one is this one, which is going to be her crown, the king and queen, blah, blah, yada, 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 you know. So, that is how we're going to do it. So, I have somewhere, here's one here. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is one, and then I have another one somewhere, which I'll find in a few minutes. So, I'm just going to glue these down, and then I'm going to come back to you, because all I'm going to do is be, you know, putting glue and gluing them down. Not that big of a whoop-de-woo. So I'll be back in a second, guys. Okay, so one thing I wanted to go over with you guys is how I was going to put them down. And I do, by all means, let me get this out of my way, put your tunnels on first. Oh, I'm just losing everything over there. Put your tunnels on first. I put my first one on to line up right with the edge of the spine, the front edge of the spine. Okay, that's my first page. You don't want to lay this page over. Of course, I had this one on this. So it's a lot easier to do it just with a tunnel and none of the heavy pages on it and all that. So I did have to take some time. So if you did build them on your tunnels, when you're putting them on, you're going to have to hold the page up and really work until that completely dries before you allow it to lay over and do its thing, okay? So now I'm going to put on the third page because I want to know how much exact room I have by putting this 1/2 inch side down on the back edge of the spine. And then that's going to leave me the room I have in the middle for the middle page, okay? And then if I need to cut down, I can do that. If I, you know, whatever else I need to do, I can do that on there. Okay, so I did use the Fabri-Tac. I did use the Fabri-Tac. I also used some double-sided tape. But because we're on material, I used the smaller, the 1/4 inch instead of the 3/8 inch that I had. So I could actually get more glue on there. And then the double-sided tape just kind of helped me hang it, you know, for it to stay on until the glue dried. Oh, goodness, it can't cut through that tape. I need to sharpen I need a new pair of snips. You know you're doing a lot of crafting when you go through your snips. I mean, 6 months. I need a new pair. they just get so dull I can't do anything with them. But I am constantly in here using them. And when I'm not in here on video, I'm cutting out bits and pieces of stuff. You know, I'm prepping for the next one, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. All that kind of good stuff. So, I have put that, secured that down with my, pressed down with my finger. I'm going to take this off. And now I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I don't like putting it on the tape, but I have the whole center section and then the outside on both sides. So that's where I'm going to be putting, and I'm going to put a nice big bead down the center. Nice big bead. My chair is rolling away as I go down. And then just going to get, can't really do a extremely thin bead. So I am getting some on the tape, which, you know, you do what you can. Okay. Just don't want that hanging over the edge too much. Okay. So now I brought these down to the base down here. So I'm going to stay that way. I probably could have lifted it up a little bit more, but I didn't. So I am just going to continue with that and make it work for me. Okay, so I got that down. And again, I'm going to let it dry. Now, it's been a good 30 minutes or so since I put the material down, so I know it's dry. It could dry more, but I'm not going to be putting a lot of a lot of pull on it. I'm not going to have these, you know, really, I'm going to leave them all laying down so that, you know, a good 24 hours, let it really set in. Okay. So there is the third page. And then you can allow it to lay down. And really burnish. And then have it lay down this way. And really burnish. Trying not to damage that. And I did have a little squirt out, which means you're really getting in there. If you don't have a little squirt out, that's okay too. It's just, you know, you do want to make sure you're working this. All right. So now I think I'm good there. And now let's get the third page out. It's the second page, but you know, our third page we're putting down. And let's see where we are sitting with this. So, I want to make sure that it looks like I'm a little taller on the one side, but that's, you know, I don't know how I did that, but there you go. And I've got about, I've got it even on both sides. So there's an even amount, about an eighth, between an eighth and a quarter. So about, what would that be? 3/16, I think. I don't know. But just make sure top, bottom, left, and right, you're centering it. Okay? That is what you want to do. So I'm taking my 1/4 inch. Remember, don't don't stretch your tape. Just let it lie down right. There we go. Okay. All right. And I have not bent this second score line yet. I'm just leaving it. It's so much easier to just have a solid page and not have it, you know, clinking back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to take these two pieces off. What have I got here? Okay, just making sure I had enough to keep videoing. All right. Okay, again, I'm going to put, come on, baby. I'm going to put a nice large bead down the center where it's going to be hitting on the material. Oh, my hand is getting sore. I'm having to squeeze this bottle. You know, the older it gets, and I just have not put any acetone in it. So another little bead. Just not squeezing it as hard, hopefully to get a thinner bead. Okay. All right. Now, see, we have material down the center, which is where we have our glue. And I want to match it along the bottom and along the top, and make sure that you have an even amount and it looks nice and straight on both sides here. Okay, I am getting some overflow, so I'm just gonna give that a little rub because it'll ball right up and come off. There we go. Once it gets to a certain tackiness. So if it doesn't ball up right away, just give it a second and it will. And just don't leave it too long or it will stay that way. And you won't get it to ball up. And I would much rather have to spend a little bit of time getting the excess off than wondering if I put enough. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now, all that's left is to put my pages in. And I am not going to do that until tomorrow morning. So, you know, this one's going to go here. And I made this one a little shorter by accident, but my fix was to put ribbon on this page, both top and bottom, and then this goes right, and so you can see the ribbon on the top and the bottom, and it looks like it's just supposed to be that way. There's always a fix, guys. You don't have to get all worried and throw it away and lose all your work. Okay, so that's that one. And then I believe I'm going to do the tea time. And I'm going to do the girly girl here, sitting in her chair. And then we've got our final one right there. So those will all, and you will see it all finished in the walkthrough that I'm going to do. But I am going to let these dry before I do all that. I'm going to let these dry overnight. So I will be a happy camper tomorrow. Now, had I had plans, and I still might, I just have to think about it. Had I had plans for anything else on here, I would have put some brads. through where I have my pages, and it just holds it more. So I may come up with something, but I have to work around this. So I might just lay like pieces. I don't know yet. I don't know. And I might not do anything. I might be happy with the way the pages are and just leave it. So we'll see in the walkthrough what I end up doing, guys. So I love the walkthrough. It's always got some surprises. Okay, that's it. We are done. The walkthrough, you will see all the tags and all those pretty things that I still have to do. No pressure. I am not going to worry about it. And it will be wonderful. Don't stress about it, guys. It's not worth it. This is supposed to be fun. So we're going to keep it fun. All right. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves and happy crafting. Bye.